Flyers had probably their best game in over 3 weeks on Saturday, taking out the Calgary Flames by a 3-2 score at home on Ed Snyder Legacy Day. So it shouldn't come as a big surprise that Monday against the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're pretty much rolling with the exact same lineup. This is Charlie O'Connor with PHLY Sports for our Flyers post-practice update. Morning skate just finished up. Got done talking with John Tortorella, talking with the players, and they're pretty much going to roll with the exact same group they ran with on Saturday. Expect the same line combinations. Expect the same players. So again, Zamola will be in the lineup. Mark Stahl is out and scratch. And Carter Hart gets the nod in net for the Flyers against the rival Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, they've already played the Penguins twice this year. They won the first 2 games at the beginning of December. This is their final home game against the Penguins. So you can see how that goes. If they win this, they will clinch the season series win. And they won't play the Penguins again until February 25th on the road in Pittsburgh. But if they win this one, that means they're guaranteed at least 3-1 record against the Penguins. So big game tonight. This is the first of 4 games this week for the Flyers. So busy week ahead. They'll close out this homestand on Wednesday against the Montreal Canadiens. And then they will head to the Midwest for battles with Minnesota, Winnipeg, and then St. Louis. Going back to the Penguins are actually behind the Flyers in the standings. So this is a pretty big game in terms of the Flyers trying to make that playoff push. If they make the playoffs, there's a good chance the Penguins might be one of the teams they keep out of the playoffs. So might only be January, but if you're on board with the Flyers playoff push, this is a pretty important game from a standings standpoint. Now, dealing with the Penguins, obviously the first guy that comes to mind, Sidney Crosby. He's still real good, guys. He's still a really good player, has 41 points in 38 games. Now, there's some Penguins writers out there that are pushing him as a potential MVP candidate. That's a little bit much. I don't think he's quite on that level anymore, but still, we're talking about a 36-year-old who's averaging over a point per game, who's on pace for, which is actually really surprising thing when I looked at him. He's on pace for over 40 goals. He only has 2 40-plus goal seasons in his career, as great as he's been. And granted, some of those seasons were he would have hit 40 goals had he been healthy the whole year. He obviously had the concussion issues in his 20s that cut down on the raw point totals. But the fact that he is on pace potentially to have his 3rd best raw goal scoring season as a 36-year-old, pretty impressive. So Flyers always got to worry about Sidney Crosby. It's in Philadelphia, so most likely he's going to score at least 1 goal because he almost always does against the Flyers, particularly in Philadelphia. He's gotten some help recently from his partner, crime Jake Gensel, who has 4 goals in his last 6 games. Gensel actually leads Penguins in scoring, even more than Crosby this year. So watch out for Gensel. Always gives the Flyers fits. The Penguins are an odd team because the Flyers at 5-on-5 this year have been very good. They had a bit of a dip in the week before Christmas through the end of that Disney on Ice trip. I thought against the Flames, they got back to their old play-driving ways at 5-on-5. But as good as the Flyers have been at 5-on-5 this year, the Penguins, in terms of driving expected goal differential, actually better than the Flyers. Flyers are a top 10 team. Penguins currently rank 6th if you're looking at evolving hockey's expected goals model. So this will be a really good test for the Flyers. The Flyers, I thought, against the Flames, did a really good job of control of play, about shooting out chance of the opposition, of just taking charge of the game. It's not going to be easy to do that against the Penguins at 5-on-5 because the Penguins, in a lot of ways, statistically, have some similarities to the Flyers. They're a really good 5-on-5 team. They carry play. They push the pace. They play fast. Their power play is awful. Not quite as bad as the Flyers. I believe the Penguins are right betting 26th or 27th. The Flyers are still dead last, even after scoring a power play goal on Saturday. But it'll be an interesting battle. 2 legitimately strong 5-on-5 process teams. And my guess is the team that wins that battle probably wins the games. This has been Charlie O'Connor for PHLY Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And check out our post-game show after tonight's game. I'll be calling in with Bill Max after I'm done interviewing John Tortorella and the players after potentially another Flyers win. Thanks so much.
We all silly like the mayor.